The Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, its leaves whispering timeless wisdom through their gentle rustling. Disciples gathered, forming a semicircle. The Buddha gazed at the gathering, observing their expressions of eagerness, curiosity, and uncertainty. He began his teaching with profound serenity. Before we engage, reflect on the purpose of this meeting, the Buddha said, his voice calm yet resonant with authority. Meetings, like life itself, hold impermanence within their essence. Their fleeting nature teaches us to honor them with intention and mindfulness. A disciple named Ananda bowed and asked, Master, how do we silence our restless minds during gatherings to be fully present? The Buddha responded, Ananda, to silence the mind, one must listen deeply, not merely with ears but with the heart's understanding. Listening requires surrender. Ananda, when others speak, allow their words to flow into you as rain nurtures the roots of trees. Do not rush to form responses while they speak. Instead, embrace stillness. Observe their words as ripples on a tranquil pond. The disciples closed their eyes, imagining the stillness of a pond. They felt ripples of their own thoughts disturb its surface. The Buddha continued, Stillness is not the absence of sound. It is the awareness that honors sound, silence, and everything between. A disciple called Sujata raised her hand hesitantly. Master, how do we cultivate stillness when emotions threaten to cloud our minds? Emotions are like passing storms. Sujata, observe them without resistance, without attachment. Let them teach you their lessons and depart. Stillness is not achieved by rejecting emotions. Understanding impermanence, anicca, helps us build wisely, avoiding excess, and respecting the resources entrusted to us, he said. A sparrow landed near the Buddha's feet, chirping softly, as though affirming the importance of coexistence and balance. Another disciple, Kasyapa, asked, Master, how do we engage with others mindfully while honoring their words and our own thoughts equally? Kasyapa, engagement begins with humility. Meetings are not arenas of debate, but sanctuaries of shared purpose and interconnected intention. Speak not to overpower but to enlighten. Let your words harmonize with others, weaving a tapestry of collective understanding and purpose. Just as the sun nurtures all equally, offer your insights without attachment to their acceptance or rejection by others. The disciples nodded, their hearts resonating with the wisdom the Buddha shared. They felt their minds beginning to settle, gaining clarity. The Buddha paused, letting silence permeate the space, teaching them the value of absence, of emptiness, in fostering true understanding. Silence, my disciples, is not mere void. It speaks. It holds the essence of reflection, of comprehension, beyond the confines of speech. As you participate, honor the pauses between words and ideas. They are sacred bridges connecting chaos to clarity within the mind. The disciples bowed their heads in gratitude. They felt transformed, ready to approach gatherings with a renewed sense of mindfulness and purpose. The Buddha, serene and steadfast, watched the disciples disperse, carrying his words like seeds to be sown far and wide. The night approached, but the wisdom imparted that day glowed like an unextinguishable flame within the hearts of his followers. Another day, the disciples gathered beneath the vast Bodhi tree, seeking the Buddha's wisdom on life's challenges and distractions. The Buddha began, Once, there lived a craftsman named Sutta, skilled with his hands but troubled by a restless mind. Every morning, Sutta approached his work with dedication, crafting intricate vessels for his village with remarkable precision. The Buddha shared, yet his thoughts often wandered, distracted by worries, aspirations, and the ceaseless chatter of his inner voice. The Buddha continued. The Buddha spoke, his voice calm and filled with wisdom. Friends, observe the potter at work, and reflect on his connection to the earth. The potter paused his work, humbly bowing to the Buddha, and listened with reverence to the unfolding lesson. This clay, the Buddha said, gesturing toward the spinning wheel, is the gift of the earth. It holds within it life's essence. His hands formed a graceful gesture, as though embodying the very essence of letting go. A child from the nearby village approached, timidly, holding a wilted flower. One disciple, curious and eager, asked, "Master, should we not seek permanence in what we build, so our efforts endure?" The Buddha turned his gaze to the disciple, his words carrying the weight of truth. What is truly permanent? All things arise, persist, and eventually fade away. He gestured to the clay vessel the potter had just shaped, its contours smooth and sturdy, yet destined to crumble, just as this vessel will serve its purpose before returning to the earth. So too do all forms dissolve. The villagers gathered closer, their interest in the teaching growing as they saw their work reflected in the Dharma. The Buddha addressed them directly, his words flowing like the river nearby. The earth provides generously, and we must honor its gifts without greed or recklessness. He continued, to build sustainably, one must respect the cycles of nature and create without harming the balance that sustains all life. It requires patience, perseverance, and the willingness to confront your own limitations with compassion. The sun began its descent, casting a golden hue over Jetavana as the meditation session concluded. When you enter a meeting, leave distractions behind and observe the purpose before you with unwavering attention, the Buddha advised. Be present not only in body but in mind, honoring the collective intention with your full presence, the Buddha emphasized. As the disciples prepared to depart, the Buddha spoke once more, his voice resonating with timeless wisdom. Carry this practice with you, nurturing the seed of loving kindness in every thought, word, and action, he said. The Buddha gazed at Channa kindly, his expression calm and filled with compassion. Before offering his profound insight, Channa, resistance only fuels the power of your thoughts. The act of resisting binds you more tightly to them, Buddha advised. Instead, breathe deeply and imagine your thoughts as clouds passing through the vast sky of your awareness. The Buddha explained, do the clouds change the essence of the sky? The answer lies in their impermanence and your acceptance of it, Buddha said. Channa bowed. His tension eased, as he envisioned the clarity of the sky beyond the ephemeral clouds of his thoughts. As you observe your thoughts, you will find their grip loosening, making way for clarity and mindful action, the Buddha explained. Every meeting presents an opportunity to practice this awareness, cultivating harmony among voices and intentions, the Buddha reminded. The sun rose gently over the horizon, bathing the fields in golden light. The Buddha and his disciples entered a small village where famine had taken its toll on the people. Shadows of despair lingered in the eyes of the villagers, their faces gaunt from hunger. The Buddha walked among them, his presence a quiet comfort amidst their suffering. In a distant village, there lived a healer named Maitri, known for her wisdom but burdened by the noise of her surroundings. Maitri often found herself overwhelmed, unable to discern the truth amidst the incessant voices of patients, villagers, and her own thoughts. He added, simple does not mean absent of beauty or function. It means harmony, awareness, and understanding of what is sufficient. The apprentice nodded, his youthful face marked with contemplation, and returned to his work, his movements deliberate and mindful. The Buddha turned to his disciples and said, even in clay, the earth teaches us impermanence, interconnectedness, and the truth of non-attachment. He gestured toward the distant mountains, their peaks shrouded in clouds, and said, observe nature as your teacher, always guiding us to live wisely. The disciples bowed to the Buddha, their hearts filled with gratitude for the teachings that illuminated their journey toward understanding. The village settled into quiet, the hum of the spinning wheel echoing as the moon rose in the night sky. Another day had passed, and with it, the Buddha's timeless wisdom had left its mark on minds and hearts. Another day, another walk led the Buddha and his disciples to an ancient structure, worn by time yet majestic in form. The walls were weathered, the roof crumbled, and moss-covered stones that once spoke of grandeur. In every meeting, silence holds the keys to deeper understanding, allowing your mind to perceive truths hidden within the spoken words. A disciple named Rahul raised his hand, curiosity lighting his features, eager to delve into the Buddha's profound teaching. Master, what if silence feels unbearable, like a void that weighs heavily on our hearts and minds? Rahul asked. The Buddha answered, Rahul, the void is not to be feared. It is the space where truth and transformation quietly unfold. Embrace silence as you would embrace the vastness of the night sky, recognizing its beauty and its boundless mysteries. The heaviness of silence arises when we resist its presence, attaching ourselves to distractions that shield us from introspection. As you sit in silence, your heart learns to rest, your mind gains clarity, and your spirit awakens to wisdom. Rahul bowed, his mind opening to the unfamiliar yet comforting embrace of silence, its potential becoming clearer to him. Honor the silence in meetings as a sacred pause, a moment to gather your thoughts and attune to shared intentions. Between the words you speak and those you hear lies a profound space of connection that silence illuminates. Let silence guide your decisions, nurture your relationships, and deepen your understanding of both self and others, the Buddha said. The disciples followed his gaze, seeing how the sky became part of the structure, its openness defining the ruins. One disciple asked, Lord, how should we build, knowing that all structures will fall to impermanence and return to the earth? The Buddha replied, build with purpose and awareness, creating not for permanence but to serve the needs of the present moment. The Buddha smiled gently. In silence, we transcend the noise of our individual concerns, merging into the symphony of shared purpose. When you honor silence, you honor life itself, its rhythms, its pauses, and the timeless dance of interconnected existence. The disciples bowed low, their minds expanded by the teachings of silence, carrying its essence into their meetings and lives. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.